Hello, my name is Shuttley. Welcome back for another episode of Wiki 3 as Finland. So, in previous episode we finally got ourselves the motor industries, which are still having a bit of steel shortage. But we did also get the steel mill finally built, and we started producing some tools with steel, which admittedly does mean that the steel price is probably going to be quite high for a little while. I'm pretty sure if we have a look at the steel consumption, actually, it's just the tooling workshops, so that's local. Overall, that's the production. Right, this is right, yeah, let's have a look at the Russian market total. Right, so Moscow and Tula are actually importing some steel. And then it's the tooling workshop and the motor industries. I'm the only consumer of steel right now, but it does mean that the Russians are technically speaking providing some of the steel that we need. Ooh. Right, so landowner's leader died. Now we've got authoritarian in there, in power. Okay then. That might not be great. Oh, we definitely need to get the... Oh, right, we still haven't built the railway in the capital. I'm also guessing the coal mines are... Yeah, but there's a lot of buy orders. I'm guessing the Russian coal mines... I mean, they're probably making a bit of a bank on my expense. Fortunately, I don't think there's... Oh, actually, the economic dependence is now slowly drifting downwards. Because GDP, again, is... not that much. I wonder if they're building some more stuff in our territory again. Not currently. We did sell the trade centers though. Or we're trying to, but it's not going to Russian holders. It's just domestic groups that are holding those, so that's actually good. We're still technically speaking a war with the Belgian revolt over here, but I'm not partaking in these silly wars. I'm just trying to take this time to increase our economy a bit further. I suppose the fact that we now got some of the arms industry will hopefully help us provide a bit more... Well, first of all, reduce the cost of our military. That would be nice. We're still having a bit of deficit, but we did just get the... we can take the road maintenance away from there for a while. We're getting the railway now at our capital, which is still going to take about a year. How's the steel production looking like? It's 16 steel being produced, which is still... Well, there's a little bit more demand than that, but not actually that much. I do wonder if I should, in that case, then start using some of that steel for the tools over here as well. It might actually be worthwhile, because the iron price is so massive. Well, the steel price, you know, it's okay, it's going to be a bit high currently, but also that means that we are producing more tools, which overall should still mean quite profitable. Actually, let's have a look at the tooling workshop over here. So I think it was, I don't know, maybe over here? Right, now the productivity has dropped a little bit again. Cricket connections. I don't mind angering the landowners actually a little bit. They're still quite happy. Although they're below 10% now in clout, so that's at least good. And we have reached 3.2 billion in GDP, so we are almost at top 30. That should also mean that our economic dependence and all that is hopefully getting better. Oh, and there we go. We are actually providing at least some of that. How much? What are we actually providing in here? Groceries. Oh, yeah, there we go. We provide 33,000 worth of domestically unfilled demands for them, and they provide 24,000. So, funnily enough, we actually provide more to them than they provide to us. Monetarily value, but of course they're still, comparatively speaking in terms of GDP, they do provide more. But if we can just keep on expanding our economy and mostly depending on our own productions while doing so, then we should be actually pretty good. So what's the privacy? Oh, they're building another furniture manufacturer. That's actually quite handy. Or, well, after the arms industry, there's going to be another furniture manufacturer. That will be quite good. I'm guessing the colony over here is still... Oh, right. The next growth of the colony is estimated to occur on 2nd of April 1916. That's going to take a bit too long. I'm going to guess the population over here is still... Yeah, it's still drifting downwards. We've still got a lot of unemployment, and yeah, there's just not much they can do right now. Now, we are going to get the fishing boat. We could probably get a logging camp in here as well. And actually, I'm not going to do that yet. But we made... Oh, actually, no, I think we've got an extra one right now, don't we? No, well, no, we don't. Got the one in Russification and one in our capital, so I guess we could already go ahead and put in the road maintenance in there, because the next construction work is going to be in there, so just preparing for a little bit. As that is all agricultural stuff, that should be fairly nice, all things considered. Now we're down to 3.1 million GDP. At least the litter rate is still improving. How's the research? So we're still 15 months away from modern sewage, and that's going to give us a bit more construction progress, more infrastructure, and we can get more infrastructure from population, although it's in our case it's probably not going to be that massive amount. Hey, there we go, the law is actually going forward of the wealth voting, that is. And then there's the corporate charters after that. Then there's going to be nationalism, pharmaceuticals, and quinine. After that, I suppose we might want to go for a little bit of the army stuff. I mean, the fieldworks is probably going to be done before we even get there. Hydraulic cranes could be actually kind of handy. Another thing, of course, we could get the... Oh, nitroglycerin, that could be somewhat useful, but the mechanized workshop could be rather handy. Or go for crystal glass, actually, because that means that we can start using more of the lead for making more glass. Oh, and there we go, there's that revolt. Of course, the water tube boiler, that is currently spreading. I don't think, yeah, that's going to be done before we get to that. But we'll put in the mechanized workshop, and then after that, we'll help with the... Maybe the logistics, percussion cap, and rifling. Try to get a little bit of these, and maybe even the hydraulic cranes. Because if we want to start producing tanks sooner or later, we do need to go through a lot of research. In the military in particular, to get through that. Another thing, of course, is do we actually... I think we got the University of Oulu. Well, University in the state of Oulu being built eventually. That's going to take a while, though. Oh, there we go. Just 4 more weeks for the arms industry. In Bothnia, so there's a bit more small arms production there. Now, we are still having a bit of a bureaucracy issue, I suppose. Did we... Oh, yeah, we got one queued up in here. I guess we could actually queue that up a little bit higher on the list. At least before the... we'll build that before the barracks, actually. Because we're building quite a bit of stuff. So we kind of need to get through that. Now, one of the things... Oh, right, we're actually making money right now, which is quite handy. It's very handy indeed, actually. Right, how is the steel production? It's, okay, it's kind of met its in there. Well, not really. There's still some extra demand, but there's just, the coal price is fairly high. And there's not that much. Actually, there's starting to be a bit more production. So why is actually using all of that? Oh, there's the iron mines consuming. Okay, that makes sense. Hey, we now have wealth voting. It does reduce the authority. Actually, I don't think it reduces the authority that much. Pressing issues. Ah, right, we've got new election season, of course, starting. I'm going to boost the Young Finnish Party again. I don't know how much they'll have. Well, ooh, 40% of the votes. They might get the government, actually. Oh, People's Party is not projected to get any votes right now. I suppose the farmers... Oh, right. Yeah, so we can suffer that now because it's below 5. Ah, okay. Ooh, can I... Nope. Still can't request the... I wonder, is there a... I guess there's going to be a delay for it. Market control. Oh, no, we can't request that because its liberty size is too low. I'm pretty sure that this is not going to be what I... Or what... This is not necessarily going to benefit us. Defamatory article. You know what? That's fine. They refused. Okay. I don't think that had an impact on the liberties either, did it? No. We just need to get someone to support our independence, quite frankly. That's the big thing right now. But most of them are not even remotely willing to do that. 39, but yeah, that's still not... That's not going to work out there. And I'm pretty sure that France doesn't want to do that either. Nope. Russia. They can't. I'm pretty sure that Austria can't either because they've still got the... I suppose we're going to have a look. Let's see. Yeah, they've got still the defensive pact. So that's not going to happen. Ottomans, I don't think you're willing to support me either. Well, we don't have any common interest areas, so I guess that solves that question then. Oh, right. US is a bit of a civil war right now. Confederates versus the Union. I'm gonna guess Sweden doesn't want to support our independence either. And China, we don't have any shared interests, so we can't request anything in there. Denmark, you don't want to support me, do you? No, I could get military assistance from you. But that's about it. Yeah, right now we are not looking too great. And it does also mean that as soon as we do get the autonomy reduced, which admittedly with the economic dependence drifting downwards, with the GDP reduction, and then we're buying less and less from the Russians, I think we still got a bit of a chance here to maybe turn this around. It's probably not going to be quick enough though, is the problem. Yeah, the railway in our capital is almost done. Then we're going to get the dye plantations and things like that, which does then reduce the reliance on imports. And then also Russia's probably going to be depending very heavily on our dye plantations. Almost at 2 million people as well. So the GDP per capita is almost 1.6. Still not very high. Oh, and we've actually drifted downwards in the GDP again. But again, it's right now, since we're building the railways, those take a long while to build. And they don't really increase the GDP directly a whole lot, so it's kind of a hidden sort of cost there. Well, not really that hidden cost, but yeah, it just kind of stagnates the GDP a little bit until then you can start growing in further because you can build even more factories in a place. This will stop tour. I'm just gonna get the railway building throughput. Now that does mean that the Finnish party is going to be winning this election for sure. I got about, well, nearly 2/3 of the vote still. But I presume we're still the only one providing steel. Oh, and there goes the autonomy. We're now a puppet. Does that mean that we can go ahead and, yes, we'll request the market control. They will not accept that, of course. It's going to give us a 30 liver desire. There we go. Well, actually, no, it wasn't that much, but it's still a decent amount. Although right now, the liver desire is going down because some of the modifiers went down. I don't suppose I could, let's have a look. So they hate Ottomans, and Ottomans hate the Russians. Sweden does, right, okay, so Sweden does view Russia as a potential threat. Would they be willing to support my independence now? No, okay. So I knew that this would happen sooner or later. This is right now, since we can only have so many interests, and most of the nations were just either neutral or friendly with the Russians. There was no one really to support us after the, especially after the British support at the start, and well, from the start ended. There we go. Finally, we're getting that dye plantation. We're also getting the furniture manufacturer. And right, we did get the voting laws. We could switch away from. Nah, I think monarchy is still gonna have to be the case for now. Eventually, we'll try to get rid of that though. The freedom of conscience would be quite useful, but there's a whole lot of resistance for it, so I don't think that's going to be going through. Keep the dedicated police force. Don't really want to go back on the voting laws either. Yeah, we're a little bit limited on our laws that we can try to pass right now. We're 6 months away from the modern insurers. That's actually going to be quite handy. Ooh, optimal sunlight. Well, that's quite handy. Affecting basically all our states, actually. Oh, I didn't realize that you can have a longer binding periods, but that probably does then mean that they're less likely to accept the deal. Okay, good to know. That might well be something that has been pointed out in the comments already, but since I'm recording these in a batch, and none of these have actually appeared or aired quite yet while I'm recording. Okay, yeah, still going a little bit up and down on the GDP. Again, I'm pretty sure that once we get the, well, the dye plantation especially in here, I suspect will be quite useful. Also, let's have a look at the, how is our situation of workforce down here? Are we running out of, oh, actually, we've got a bit of unemployment. Our capital. Like, if we're running, oh, we are running a little bit low on workforce in here. We do have a rail transportation in here, though. Ah. Also, let's first of all switch all the well, the government administration will go for the standardized filing cabinets. That gives us a bit more stuff, and then also, where is the urban centers? Oh, they all use the market square already. Okay, I could get the public trams actually. That's going to make the motor industry a bit more profitable by the virtue of a high demand for the engines. There's now demand for 7. Which is still not a whole lot. Just a few more months for the modern storage. And then... Oh. More optimal sun. No end in sight. Okay. You know what? I'll take that. Even more productivity. So yeah, we're actually making some money right now. We've got nearly 400,000 gold in reserves. We've got 11 million in the investment pool. I could potentially just increase the construction speed even further. Now, we've still got 35 months, so it's about 3 years for all the construction that we're trying to do. I could go ahead and... get another construction sector down here, Corpia. Get that built real quick, so we'll get 30. And the idea is that we'll just go ahead and get through the constructions that we have queued up right now, and then we can allow the private sector to take over construction for a little while to pay off any loans that we might incur in the meanwhile. And, oh, they're building another tooling workshop, actually, out of capital. That'll be quite handy. Yeah, the coal... Well, actually, we're getting quite a bit of coal in here. Now, let's actually have a look at the trade center. What are we importing? A whole lot of coal. Oh, now we're just exporting some other stuff. Okay, so the coal is kind of fluctuating a little bit. And lobbies from Austria, okay. We are improving relations with them. But they are still... No, I don't think... How long do they still have the treaty with the Russians? No longer binding, the alliance thing. Or the defensive pact. It's actually... It's probably easy if we have a look through Russia. So they've got defensive pact with Austria and Prussia. And neither one of those is binding anymore. They're still supporting our regime. We are a puppet, unfortunately. As at this point, there's not a whole lot that we can do. At least we keep the relations somewhat low. So there won't be instant problem. But I suppose we're paying... How much are we... Oh, Diplo packs of 5,000 right now. Yeah, that's expensive. That is going to hinder our income quite a bit. Especially with the increased construction sectors right now. That's another problem. Oh, we're getting another port, actually. Huh. Hey, there we go, fieldworks. So our military will be slightly stronger. It's not going to be a whole lot, though, but I'll take it. Yeah, even if we take a bit of a loan over here, as soon as we can get through the construction work just a little bit faster, and make it like maybe, I don't know, 2.5 years. Oh, what's this thing about? Oh, right, Russia versus Ottoman Empire. Oh, they want regime change in Finland. Autocracy and freedom of conscience. Oh. Okay. Whereas Russia wants to transfer Moldavia. Okay. Ooh, America is actually leaning towards the Ottomans in this. I wonder, America, if you don't like the Russians... Oh, I can't offer a treaty right now. Never mind. Where do we have the interest right now? We've got the one in Britain, I believe. I'm pretty sure the Britain is not willing to support us right now. No, not even nearly. Okay, so let's go ahead and move that interest actually elsewhere. Let's go ahead and head to New... Actually, we can probably go for Dixie, actually. That's going to have access to both... I'm pretty sure both to USA and the Confederate States. Which that might potentially offer some nations to support our independence. And that might then, hopefully, allow us to hold on to a bit more of the liberty desire. So that we don't actually become a... right. Annexation. Yeah, I don't want to go that far. Yeah, USA sides with the Ottomans. Unfortunately, I can't set up a treaty right now. That I suppose we also don't have the shared interest yet. Oh, Prussia sides with Russia. Okay. Right. Enforce investment rights on Ottomans. Okay, interesting. What are the... Oh, the Americans just joined in. They don't even request anything. Interesting. Austria sides with Russia. Okay. I suppose they're calling in the defensive back now. Hey, there we go. There's the modern sewerage. Finally. A web of distrust. I'm going to get a bit more radicals, actually, right now. I think we're afford it. It's not going to be that massive increase, I reckon. Yeah, no, it's just a tiny bit. Did lose quite a bit of loyalists, though. Oh, USA damaging relations. I don't think we can get them to support our independence, but Dixie, no. Oh, that's not too far off, actually. If you support our independence, that's minus 50 right now. Is there anything that I could perhaps give you? A law commitment. No, they don't want that. I don't know, how much would that be? Oh, 3.5 million. Ah, that might be a bit too much. Huh. Never mind. But no, they're not willing to give us the support independence quite yet. Because I suppose it starts at 30. Because yeah, diplomatic stance is not that great. But I suppose we could go out and begin improving relations with both of these. And maybe, just maybe, we can get a bit of a rescue from the Americas later on. Oh, there we go, 3.5 million GDP. It looks like our side does have the numbers advantage by quite far margin. Not least because we've got both Austria and Prussia on our side. It's very likely that this war will not initially even happen. Ooh, psychiatry unlocked. There we go. So a bit more influence, that might actually allow us to do more relation-related things. Where else could we improve relations with right now? Egypt would be one option, Norway, Denmark. There's also Cuba and Haiti, but I don't think those are going to be helping us in independence, or potential independence war either. I think improve relation with Egypt and, I don't know, maybe we'll improve relation with Denmark actually. So start finding someone to help us. Even if it's not going to be something that we can impose anytime soon, just getting that extra boost for the Liberty Desire would be quite handy, because right now it is going down very quickly. Ooh, resource boom. I've got... Oh, right. Perfect. This is where we got the 4 of the iron mines. Oh, and now we're researching the corporate charters, aren't we? Yes. Okay, that is already spreading as well. Well, that is rather handy. Because that does mean that it's going to be researched a bit faster then. So the Russians got quite a bit of troops around. Got quite a bit of troops going. Well, I suppose there's also the other nations. Well, mostly it's Austrians and Prussians bringing some more troops in here. I guess the war will happen. Because neither side has backed down. It's a large war though. That'll probably mean that our convoys going down to the Niger Delta might be a little bit limited. Thanks to Liberia. We're getting the sugar plantation now, so that's good. How much... oh, right. We got the coffee already, did we? We did. If I look at coffee right now, in the Russian market, the coffee plantation... Okay, yeah, so we are providing all of the coffee to the population. So I'm guessing that might actually help a little bit with the economic dependence. Not necessarily that much, but it does help a little bit. How much is that? So it's about 30,000 that we import from the Russians. Or 30,000 pounds per week worth from the Russians. So how much do they import from us? 30,000? Okay, so it's about equal in numbers. Of course, with the difference in GDP is just such massive. So for us, it's nearly half of the... Yeah, that's... well, 43%, I guess. That being said, the GDP is less than 10... Well, rather less than 11 times, I guess. At this point, if we can get below 900%, I don't know if that's going to be the threshold, but if we can start getting our GDP a bit higher, it's 3.5 million now. Getting the sugar plantation and more tooling workshops, those are going to be quite valuable. And then we'll get some of the extra troops and all that. We'll get the government administration as well, which should help a decent bit. We are spending a lot of money, though. I suppose we are a bit more than 2 years away from letting the investment pool or the private sector take over the construction for a little while. Oh, they're building 2 tooling workshops and the port. Okay. Well, that's going to be quite handy. And where did we... Oh, right. We got the... Actually, yeah, we can keep the port over there. That's where they're going to be building it anyway. There we go. We've got the sugar plantation. And now it's just a tobacco plantation. And then we've got most of these things in here. Wait, have we got on... What do I have a feeling that we have actually gotten more agriculture in here somehow? I don't think that's actually the case. Or maybe, I don't know. I could have saw that it was 7 before. Now it's total 8 that we have it here. But regardless, it's at least something. And it looks like the coffee plantation, if we have a look at the total Russian market, so we're the only one... yes, the pops are consuming quite a bit. So the Russians are starting to be a bit more reliant on us. Oh, heat wave started. Oh, that's not good. Our agriculture, that's for sure. Ah, right. I don't think I can actually improve relation with the Americans currently. Right, I think they... Well, oh, right, because we're at war right now. And of course, we can't do anything about that. Wait, is there someone trying to do landings in here? There's naval combat down here. Russian fleets outside of the Atlantic seaboard. Yeah, so if you look at the Russian market in the meanwhile, though, there's still a whole lot of demand for clothing. So if we were to get another textile mill here somewhere, we might have to, actually. Because, yeah, the current price is still pretty high. I could probably... Ooh, from farms to factories, completed. Road to progress. Some more loyalists from political movements, or industrialists get... You know what, I'm going to boost the industrialists a little bit. It might help them in the next election. But yeah, I suspect I'm just going to let the... I could privatize these. You know what, actually, this is probably going to be very profitable, so I'm going to privatize this. I have a feeling that the private sector is going to buy this quickly. That's going to allow us to keep on producing a bit more. It does cost us a little bit income from the dividends. But at the same time, we don't need to provide any costs in here. Not that there's necessarily going to be a whole lot of cost, quite frankly. But it will get the small boost in here nonetheless as well. Anti-American League. Oh. Industrialist Landowners and Intelligentsia have joined there. That's not what I wanted. I wanted them to help me get independence. Yeah, the Liberty Society is still dropping quite quickly. Not a whole lot that I can demand right now either. Got truce with them for another 3 years. But I presume they can't annex me while we've still got the truce. Oh, now they've got infamy. Aha. That does mean that the Liberty Society is actually not going down quite as quickly. Because the economic dependence is also slowly shifting. I suppose that means that, yeah, now it's at 41% for us. It's less than 30,000 total, and for them it's 38,000 total. Oh, and ammunition shortage. Well, that's not a surprise. Ah, right, we started getting the barracks now. Shouldn't take too long to build those, quite frankly. Hey, water boilers. Now, how good is our availability of coal right now in the market? Not great. Actually importing a decent bit. Where are we importing at? Oh, Moscow, okay. Because I could probably use the coal over here. Well, especially the condensing engine pump. That would give us so much iron. That would also require a whole lot of coal. But maybe if there's a whole lot of demand for coal in here, we might use the trade center to import some, because there is available capacity in here. Alright, I was just about to think, like, perhaps I should also make sure that the there's low tariffs for the coal right now, but that's already the thing. There we go, that's the barracks is being built fairly quickly. The port in Ostrobothnia is, well, 5 weeks away now. That's not too bad. The barracks are done fairly quickly. We'll also be... Oh, right, actually, that's another thing. Since we're increasing our military, that should give us a bit more prestige, which might... Well, it probably won't have a much of an impact yet. But it might, over time, start reducing the relative prestige difference there, so we might be able to start turning things around. Maybe. I suppose the big thing is still the economic dependence, but there is less than 10 times our GDP right now. If we can just keep on increasing that further, we might be onto something to reduce the influence. Like, again, we need to, kind of desperately admittedly, but we need to reduce the reduction in the Liberty Society enough so that we can reach an equilibrium that is high enough so they can't annex us. And after that, we can start just building up and slowly actually gaining the Liberty Society. It's a lot easier said than done, but I think we can still turn things around. That's the more barracks is being built. I suppose the army size is at least slowly improving. It's not very large, mind you, but it's, oh. Oh, it's skirmish infantry. Oh, hold on a minute. When did we build that skirmish infantry? I suppose as we had unlocked that, that's probably what happened. It's not the end of the world. We could probably import some ammunition. If nothing else, we could... Can we actually build a munitions factory? Well, we could build an explosive factory. And then munitions, that's... Yeah, we need the percussion cap. We haven't researched that yet. It is on the research queue, though, I'm pretty sure. It is, yeah. We're getting the logistics first before that, though. Also corporate charters, but that's going to take a while. Well, I do see that we are actually out of time for this episode, so if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll check the links down below in the description, but other than that, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye-bye.